Try another one. DUSE M, PT. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it.
Jump on it, ride it like Jackie. The hell smoking that loud, lace the yak with mouth. Make your mama proud, popping it like shot. Turn up, it's a gangster party.
PT, ain't never popped a Mari, but if I ever catch Mac, I'ma pop a Harley. I don't even rob a cop the Harley. Blowing so much green, I shame Marley. Yeah, I push the line to its full limit. Hit the hole like 22, boy, I'm a young image. Nothing go like snow, now that's a cold image. Still whistling, sending, knocking them white women. Only reason I do it to avenge image. To the day they go before anything box me out. Knowing me, it don't matter, I simply change my route. On my hobby.
Where's? Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Home of the West Coast. West Coast, nigga. Voice of the culture. It's DUSE M the Don. I'm right back at it just like a crack addict. Y'all bang that like button on y'all way in. You dig? We got the content. Once again, nigga. Once again, it's up. We got the content. So, check this out. Oh, it's a little bit fuzzy. Let me try to fix this. Okay, bam. Let me see how that works. Y'all hit that like button coming up in here. You dig? Shout out to the whole Damu Kiwe Conversations, the Blue Wrench Mob. You dig? Let me put y'all up on the screen. Oh, yeah, it's kind of clary. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. You know, I ain't really feeling all that glary stuff, you dig? You know, some people have seizures and stuff, you dig? So, but in any event, analyzing WACK100's public statement and the Title III wiretap, we gonna get into that work. I got the word. Like Arby's got the beef. Well, we got the word. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into this wiretap. You know what I'm saying? CS2 back is still at it. Sound like he over there trying to rat on young Ann Hefe while he facing that case. But hey, young Ann Hefe, I been told you, bro. You went on and ran content talking about you'll knock my teeth out. You'll pay for my flight. Like, I need you to pay for my flight. You'll knock my teeth out. You'll pay for my flight because I said you was compromised. Bang that like button. So, when I told y'all, when CS2 back got you in jail, good looking out, J86. Like, hype, subscribe, man. Hype me up. Carolina Connect TV, salute, man. You know what I'm saying? King Buck Wild, what it do? Salute Active Chucks in the chat. Hit that like button on your way in. If you're on Instagram, go on over to YouTube at Active Chucks. We only get an hour. On Instagram. Papa Dirt, what up? Salute my Damu Kiwe kings and queens, crippin' blood, Crib, the Durster back in the building. We got the Harlem that is here. Nina 13, what up, girl? Salute. Hashtag free big U. No union smut. Oh, you know we smutting the union out for sure. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Hoolum, salute. What it do, Deuce? G-Mac, where's? Welcome and subscribe to lace your MF and Chucks up. Hit that like button and get active in the chat. So let's go. In my own lane. Monte. Salute, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute, man. You know? But let me see if y'all hear the same thing that I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? CS2 back. Oh, no. Philly in the spot. Shout out to Philly, man. The concrete, you know. Let's go to this.
They need to look more into that. Good thing I did hear that. I know that neighborhood. They ain't doing that. They ain't going over there in the spare the moment doing that because they know their neighborhood is full of elderly people, children. They really, it's a really celebration for them over there. I think they may need to pump their brakes. People talk, and I was a Kiwe to a Kiwe. People talk, so stop coming online like Jeff Finer do nothing but pass me the phone. He doing whatever he doing. He don't even know what's going on. But you,
Jab 5 didn't do nothing but pass CS2 back the phone. Hey, Jab 5. So you blind to what you doing, but this is what you putting yourself into. You compromised too, nigga. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You sold your soul for a jelly roll. Now you thinking this is normal. You passing him the phone if what he's saying is true. And look what happens. A federal confidential source you pass the phone to, and listen to what happened.
pumping his name. Talk about it. You want to talk about who was on the phone. Right? It was whacking another individual. And I'm going to keep it real. The other individual, that's his brother. So he kind of lost in words. He trying to figure it out. That's a homie. That's a Damu. But Damu called me, want to have a conversation, asking me about what I heard, what I know. I'm damn sure going to have that conversation with him.
So that's Jab 5 brother. And if the homie called, talking about CS2 back, and he asked me what's going on, I'm going to let him know what's going on. He's gathering intel from Jab 5's brother. And Jab 5 is in the blind that he's even being bamboozled and used and kept around to validate his police tactics. This is nasty work. Could y'all hear it? Vegas May said they could barely hear it, man. My bad. Maybe I need to bring it up here. Let me back it up just a little, right? Let's go.
Elderly people, children, they really, it's a really celebration for them over there.
Ones, if you can hear it.
Pump their brakes. People talk, and I was a Kiwe to a Kiwe. People talk, so stop coming online like Jeff Finer do nothing but pass me the phone. He doing whatever he doing. He don't even know what's going on. But you pumping his name. Talk about it. You want to talk about who was on the phone. Right? It was whacking another individual. And I'm going to keep it real. The other individual, that's his brother. So he kind of lost in words. He trying to figure it out. That's a homie. That's a Damu. But Damu called me, want to have a conversation, asking me about what I heard, what I know. I'm damn sure going to have that conversation with him. I don't know where you come from, but if a nigga called me like, Wack, I'm hearing this, what you thinking, what you hearing, I heard.
If somebody calls you asking you what's going on about a howling, an M, you gonna tell them what's going on. You gonna pass the information. You know what I'm saying? Is that's what? Hey, listen, bro. And Hefe is throwing these dudes in a bunch of suspect niggas because of some suspect activity. But it sounded like the boy from Hoover is a dupe. He don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? He don't even understand what he's doing. Lord, forgive him for he know not what he do. But that's still no excuse. Because when you out here in these streets and you got to play for keeps, man. You got to be very conscious of your actions. You got to be very conscious of your circle and everything that's going on. You never know who's in your circle got a leak to the police. We finna get into this content. Shout out my guy, Bull Light. You thought I wasn't going to get to it? Oh, this is some nasty work. Let's go.
And go warn the nigga. But, you know, he said all this shit 21, 22 months ago. We just didn't know.
That's all locked up, all facing hella time. But somehow, WACK say they ratting. The shit don't make no sense, man. All these people is facing big time. We ain't hear nothing about nothing but WACK saying they ratting. So, you know, remember Big U situation? That was a travesty. That was messed up. We don't know nothing about the crimes, but we do know WACK and Big U were super close. They was homies. They was doing all the shows together. WACK said they got the keys to each other's house and things like that. And we know what happened when they fell out. But how the hell is Big U snitching, man? You're going to start with Big U. Then we go Brick Baby, there's that, all them other dudes. But how is Big U snitching? Let's listen to a little bit of WACK's explanation. Because really, in the real world, we ain't hearing nothing about that. I ain't going to lie. Let's go.
Bookkeeping business owners make an average of $76 per hour, according to a recent survey by QuickBooks. That's right. If you're willing to learn how to use...
So he tell me...
Ray Gibbs TV, a.k.a. WACK100 TV. But I fuck with him, though.
He say, WACK, David Austin is Big U.
I'm live.
That's his a.k.a. David Austin, a.k.a. the $6 million man, right? So I say, you know me, Beast. I call into my plug. Hey.
Yeah, you called him up.
One, Eugene Henley.
He called his plug. Something that was never questioned. Who's the plug that's running, that's in the office, that's running these names for you so fast?
11/29/57. You know, I call in. I need to know the AKAs. I don't even tell them nothing. The nigga got 50. First AKAs, Big U and the Big U, then Big U.
Ray Gibbs playing his video. What are you trying to make Big U look goofy or something? He a family man. He a dad. I don't know, but WACK saying he's snitching, and that's crazy because he's facing all kind of time. Keep it going.
EW, Eugene, David Austin.
Oh, that's bad work, WACK. That's bad work.
Right?
So
I say, well, who he tell him? Right? He called the nigga on.
Ray Gibbs, man, come on, man, with this video. And got the man dancing like that with this loud ass beat, the beat too loud. Come on, Ray Gibbs, man.
Some nigga named Eddie Boy. So when Big U did all that time, Eddie Boy was on the same case. Only Eddie Boy did way more time. This is what I tell niggas. Just because a nigga did 15 years don't mean he was supposed to be doing 30. Niggas think, man, he's solid. He did 15. Nigga, that don't mean nothing, nigga. How you know that 15 they carry 50?
That's a fact. That 15 could have kept 100 on his
So I'm hearing Eddie Boy say, yeah, paperwork, I go.
So here you got CS2 back trying to tie Big U to ratting on crackhead Eddie. Just a propaganda wing. I'm finna get the content right now, and we're gonna debunk that. It's already been debunked. But for those that's new, bang that like button on your way in. It's like taking your chucks off once you enter the front door of a gangster's home. It's just a courtesy and respect. Let's go.
You need to just shut up, Beast. Just shut up, man. You going down with the shit, Beast.
To the courts, woo. So what I know, because I ain't got to work yet, I heard what dude said. And I know what my people said the nigga's AKA is. That's his AKA. So it's like me having an AKA Ricky Miller. Right? I done told on the nigga under Ricky Miller. But the whole world only knows what? Cash Jones. So when niggas like, yeah, I got this Ricky Miller's, Ricky Miller's a rat.
Oh yeah, that's talking on the thing, yeah.
Don't nobody ever tie it to me. But they got a thing called a CII rap sheet request.
CI, confidential informant. He know all about that stuff. It seemed like it.
You know what that gives you, Beast?
What the fuck does that
bang that like button. We got 81 people in here. These likes looking show, man.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Let's pause it real quick.
God damn it.
Content.
Big U.
So this is how you start debunking all of the false propaganda, exposing that's supposed to be exposing people, and you prove that it's in debunking. So WACK100 ended up debunking his own self, his own claims, and crackhead Eddie's cocaine's claims that Big U ratted on, right? Let's get to the content. Damu, Kiwe, conversations. Let's get these likes up, man. Cash App cracking. We got the Cash App open. Super chats. Let's get active in these chats, man. Oh, my bad.
At your mama's or sister's?
At my sister's house. I went back over there and it wasn't there.
All right, then you was gonna grab to work. You know, I told 600 it's on him because he brought this to the table. Anything I bring to the table, I provide the work. You adamant about Big U said that he never touched the work, the dope. You handled all the dope. And he said somebody should have never went to work for Eddie Boy, something like that. I said, all right, cool. We need to work. 600 came with a clip saying what the police said. And I'm like, all right, well, that's what the police said. The police report should be flat.
600 came with a clip about what the police said, but WACK knows that you don't go by what the police said. All these niggas was talking about was what a police said. And obviously crackhead Eddie Cocaine and his relationship with the police is really starting to check out now why he wanted to believe the police. Let's go.
Like what Big U said, I did my due diligence.
Okay.
And spent my money to go show that his AKA was Eugene Henley. I did that. Right? I went and pulled all that work to show that on y'all case, the name he snitched under is an alias of Eugene Henley. The rest is on you, so we just been waiting on it.
Okay, now, so you saying that you guys in the appeal form, you seen that part, right?
Yeah, but I haven't seen where he gave those statements.
It's an appeal form. I don't go. If you go to Marathon Kill page, it's right. It's on Marathon Kill.
I haven't seen any police report saying his statement. If you already had that, why would you pay your attorney to get it?
It's been 30-something years, bro. You think I got been home 17. You think I'm gonna keep that shit, bro? Come on.
The jig is up. WACK is too smart for you.
The jig is up.
WACK already know that you've been lying.
Okay, so
I'm telling you in your face.
You saying I'm
lying? At the end of the day, here goes the thing, Eddie boy.
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
No.
Listen. Let's break it down. Let's break it down, right? All right. The thing is, it's been like, I don't know, 5 months, 4.
So you heard Loose Coochie Ashley talking about they already know he been lying on Big U. Listen, WACK, he said WACK already know you lying on Big U. Let's go. One more time.
Honey, it's on him because he brought this to the table. Anything I bring to the table, I provide the work. You adamant about Big U said that he never touched the work, the dope. You handled all the dope. And he said something about he should have never went to work for Eddie Boy. Something like that. I said, all right, cool. We need to work. 600 came with a clip.
So first they tried to say that they had the evidence that Big U actually said it, but they didn't. All Crip Cop come with is a clip in the paperwork where the police said that he said that, but no evidence to substantiate such. And where we come from, when the police say something, yeah, hey man, your boy already told us what happened, so we know what's going on. You might as well save yourself. So you gonna believe the police, and you gonna continue to tell them everything that happened? You know the police lie legally. They could get away with lying to you to get a confession.
But saying what the police said, and I'm like, all right, well, that's what the police said. The police report should reflect what Big U said. I did my due diligence.
Okay.
And spent my money to go show that his AKA was Eugene Henley. I did that, right? I went and pulled all that work to show that on y'all case, the name he snitched under is an alias of Eugene Henley. The rest is on you, so we just been waiting on it.
Okay, now, so you saying that you guys in the appeal form, you seen that part, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen where he gave those statements.
It's an appeal form. I don't go. If you go to Marathon Kill pages, right? It's on Marathon Kill.
I haven't seen any police report saying his statement. If you already had that, why would you pay your attorney to get it?
It's been 30-something years, bro. You think I got been home 17 years?
Because he don't have it. Because what he keep referring to is an appellate record where it states that the police said Big U said that, but it goes further. They asked him, well, did you read Big U his Miranda rights? The officer was on the stand. He said, yes, sir. He said, did he waive his Miranda rights? And once they waived their Miranda rights, they would have to sign the paper, giving Levi. He would have to sign the paper, giving them the right to talk to him without an attorney. And they knew they didn't have that, and he admitted, nah, he didn't waive his Miranda rights to talk to me. So when did he tell you he should have never went and worked for crackhead Eddie Kane? So you got whacking them, exposing them right here that was a lie. They wasn't going for it. Do-Rock Creep, salute. How Wack don't know Eddie Boy if he known Big U for years. Eddie Cocaine because he never went back around. Polo family, salute. Do-Rock Creep. So we going to get back to the content. Shout out my guy, Bull Light. You know what I'm saying? We back on it. Bull Light.
Can't do none of that. Dude's running off of what Wack said, and the way he's saying it was disrespectful, man. Off of what Wack said, Big U is allegedly a rat. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So then he was calling Big U a rat. We didn't really hear no good, really explanation either, tell you the truth. So then we know Big U in jail, about to be, he in there facing it.
Let me also educate y'all on this, right? So the appeal that they talking about, Eddie Wagner and David Austin, you can pull that case up. It's an appeal, right? If you look on there, the appeal is a joint appeal, which means, say that was me and John Jr. We was crime partners, right? Lord forbid. But it's me and John Jr. Once we are convicted during trial, we do an appeal together. If I'm telling on John Jr., pointing the finger at John Jr., it's a conflict of interest for them to have us on the same appeal. It's a conflict of interest. It just doesn't make common sense tell you that. So, Eddie Boy, how is you and Big U still on the same appeal if he pointing the finger at you? Get the fuck out of here.
Next is Brick Baby. How was Brick Baby a rat? Let's see what Wack say about that.
It's Ray Gibbs TV.
In the block.
And it's Ray Gibbs.
Let's get right to it.
What's up with Wack? But go ahead though, guys.
Let's get them lights up. We got 140
hey, yo, Wack.
people in here.
What up?
Yo, Chuck told me last night, old boy, in Big U paperwork. I asked him, he didn't want to answer the question. Lamonte, man. He didn't want to answer the question. I said, why you in Big U paperwork?
So now, CS2 back in the Oscar Mayer Mafia is alleging that DUSE M is in Big U paperwork. Ain't that about a bitch? Well, where's the documents at? What? And they don't even say nothing. They just be popping it. But they said that I'm in Big. Now, I'm quite sure I'm on a bunch of the wiretaps. Me and Big U used to talk every morning and sometimes multiple times a day. We do conference calls about both of his apps, right? We do conference calls, uniquemusic.com. The other little app with the monsters on it, content, right? We was getting the studio together in the land. So we had a lot of things we talked to. Sometimes we just talk about the community, the Black community and what's wrong, the problems, issues that we need to address for healing. You know what I'm saying? Active Chucks in the Damu Kiwe conversation. You know what I'm saying? Lamonte. Looks good to me. Yeah, man, that's okay. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So they just anything. These niggas ain't got no credibility. DUSE M is in Big U paperwork. I'm quite sure. Now, I'm not saying they not investigating me. I'm quite sure they is. But once they see I go to work half the day and I'm in butt-fuck America and I don't participate in no crime, they get tired of chasing that old wild goose chase. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to it, man.
He trying to get him locked up, Wack.
Oh, no, because they've been, listen. A nigga was
God of you lame for that. He want to just get Wack talking. He try to say they do this, Wack. He try to say they trying to get him locked up, Wack.
Yeah, y'all is trying to get the nigga locked
Come
up.
on, bullets.
Weirdos.
Boot licking bullets.
talking about me to a nigga, and they want to say I'm in the peso. I don't know. Is he in there?
Yeah, he in the work. He in the work, Wack. He even said it in the.
So now he said, I said I'm in the work. I'm in the work. How am I gonna tell you I'm in the work if I ain't never seen the motherfucking wiretap? Nigga, if I seen the wiretaps, that means that they revealing investigative reports about what's going on with a case with me, which means I must have gave them something to feel comfortable enough to give me that type of information. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, why would I? Where the content of me saying I'm in the work? Now I'm definitely on some wiretap. Big U was in jail. We talked every day, but we don't do no crimes. So what the fuck you mean? Let's go. Weirdo.
On the floor. Wait.
Bullets. Shut up. He in the work. He in the work. All right. What does it mean? Give us some context. You know what I mean? How's he in the work, Bullets? Man, these dudes is wild. Wild work going on. Diabolical stuff, man, right before your eyes. Keep it going.
Earlier, he said he in the work, and he said niggas trying to get him locked up, what?
No, what he in the work? What they say?
How's that hard to believe? That niggas trying to get him locked up. It don't got to be Big U. It could be something else. Who knows? But how is that hard to believe, though?
I think it's the conversation you talking about with a nigga on the phone talking about cracking somebody's jaw.
Oh, that's all it is. He ain't in the work.
So now DUSE M is in the wiretap where Big U was talking about breaking WACK100's jaw. They done added me into the indictment. How that sound that you think that you ain't trying to, why wouldn't I think you trying to put me in jail, add me onto a call I had nothing to do with. I didn't know nothing about until the indictment dropped. This is nasty work. Thotty Gotti, CS2 back in the Oscar Mayer Mafia. They doing it again. Red Dillion, what's good, Deuce? Down south, sit back, checking game. Appreciate it, bro. Let me see.
That's all it is. He not in the work, but let me tell you what's funny, right?
Now I ain't in the work.
What's funny is this whole conversation. That's funny.
Yeah, that shit weird.
These niggas is weird. They don't understand that when you done with wiretaps, the receiver of the call, who ain't tapped, has no control on being in there if a nigga's calling them and you don't know. Both parties don't know. Or maybe one party does know. Right? But I had a situation where they were saying, well, you in the work, well, I mean, what you mean? That's a nigga calling you. Well, wait, bro, if a nigga calling you and you answering your phone, what's up, homie? Yo, Wack, we'll be at the office.
Because even Wack even know. But you know, he in all kind of work, so he really trying to clean that up. But like, come on now.
Speaking of him trying to clean something up.
He in the work.
Hold
Pull
on.
up, y'all be there.
Let's get that again. He trying to clean it up. Let's go.
The receiver of the call, who ain't tapped, has no control. No, what he in the work? What they say?
Right here.
How's that hard to believe? That niggas trying to get him locked up. It don't got to be Big U. It could be something else. Who knows? But how is that hard to believe, though?
I think it's the conversation you talking about with a nigga on the phone talking about cracking somebody's jaw.
Oh, that's all it is. He ain't in the work. That's all it is. He not in the work, but let me tell you what's funny, right?
What's funny is this whole conversation. That's funny.
These niggas is weird. They don't understand that when you done with wiretaps, the receiver of the call, who ain't tapped, has no control on being in there if a nigga's calling them and you don't know. Both parties don't know. Or maybe one party does know.
The receiver of the call has no input on the investigation or don't even know he's being tapped. Well, the caller don't know he's being tapped unless he's working. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, he says that he got caught up on the wiretap, and they try to say that he working because he was the receiver of the call, which is a goddamn lie. The nigga told a bold-faced lie. So, because he want to tell that bold-faced lie, you know what I'm saying? See, this is how you debunk these goofies. I don't know how these niggas be giving these niggas any kind of credibility. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to what? No, matter of fact, we got it on Active Chucks, man. Because I know it's gonna go right into it. The one on Clubhouse Crazy TV, that was the original one. I did originally on Clubhouse, but Clubhouse Crazy TV put it out. Back then I didn't even put stuff on YouTube. Just the YouTubers that fuck with my content used to put it up. You know what I'm saying? And but look, we finna get to that real quick, man. Give me a couple seconds. Bang that like button while we in here waiting on the good content we providing y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm scrambling to get y'all this real quick proof. Since he's trying to act like he was the receiver of the call, that's not what the paperwork called. That's not what the paperwork said. They said you called Mark Stevens trying to get in contact with Dale Dog. And Mark Stevens tried to set up the three-way for you to Dale Dog, but Deldog wasn't fucking with you. He said, nah, I'm cool on that brother. I'm cool on that brother. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to the Hip Hop Police documentary part 2, where we break down the actual work. It ain't that long. You know the dig? Let me take y'all back, way back. We got 162 people up in here. Let's get this content cracking. That's just on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And that's not talking about Facebook. It's not talking about IG. Let's go.
Yo, it's Duff for the Cloud Chaser TV, man.
Previously in part 1, we found out from Robert Ross, also known as Stutterbox, a Main Street Mafia crip and WACK100's neighbor, that WACK100 or CS2 Back got his house raided for getting caught on a wiretap on a conspiracy to commit murder.
What is it exactly you want to clear out? And I air it out, clear it out, however it got to go.
On the video, when you said something about conspiracy to murder, what actually did you hear on audio of WACK100 that the feds had, but haven't charged him for conspiring to murder?
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog. You know, he allegedly gave Dog my address, homie. If I get killed, whoever gave him my address gonna get conspiracy to murder. But if I don't get killed, they just get conspiracy to attempted murder because they shot up my Rolls Royce, put 17 holes in my Rolls Royce.
Let's play Stutterbox talking to Wack. This is what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. Said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call. Dog said he was cool. He didn't want to talk to you in the paperwork.
Mark
That's what
tried
you said is going off of what
that whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim.
Because they said when Dog called you, his phone was hit. That's how they got on your line.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, what?
No.
As you can see by now in this first part, Stutterbox clearly implicates WACK100 into this case, not only in an interview with DUSE M's and Stats 280, but also right to Wack's face on the recorded phone call. In part 2 of this video, let's take a look at the actual paperwork from the case, which exposes WACK100 as a confidential source in the Main Street Mafia Crips case.
We're gonna get into the paperwork. The paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap. And once I get into this paperwork, you're gonna understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Back, Wack also says CS2 Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source. But once I get into this paperwork, you're going to understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Tiny Draws told that nigga, you on paperwork, nigga. Yo, what's up, Back? What's up, Back? And didn't nobody understand why he was calling him Back.
You lying. Are you dumb or something?
How young Back?
Go ask
How
your
young Back?
uncle if he didn't see my daughter.
How young Back? Let's talk about it a little Back.
Who's Back? I don't know.
You know who Back is.
I don't know.
You know
who that
exactly who Back is, nigga.
I don't know who that nigga is.
You know exactly who Back is. Stop playing
I
these
don't
games,
know
nigga.
who that nigga is.
You know about Marky Mark. You know about Stutterbox. You know about Dale Dog Back.
I
Stop
don't know
playing
who
these
Back
games,
is, my
nigga.
nigga.
Stop playing these weird ass games, nigga. Yeah, stop playing these games, nigga.
Hold on, what's Stutterbox got to do with something?
Yeah, you.
Hey, what Stutterbox?
Man, put that on Pyro. Put that on Pyro. That's gonna be another story we gonna talk about
Hey,
later.
what's Stutterbox got to do with something?
I'm talking about that paperwork, nigga. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You saying I'm on paperwork?
Bro, am I lying? Put that on Pyro, you not.
Wax on paperwork?
Put that on Pyro, you not.
Put that on 6-0 Wax on paperwork.
6-0 Crip, nigga, you on paperwork. Put that on Pyro, you not.
Put that on.
Man, put that on Pyro that you not on that case.
Produce it.
Put that on Pyro that you not on that case.
You know I'm the one got told on,
Put that on Pyro, you didn't make statements.
So Tiny Draws said that the nigga name was Back and that he was on paperwork. Well, the paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap, and it's from Deldog from Main Street Mafia case, rest in peace. So we goes to the first page, and it has the session 18202. This is the wiretap, date and time 8/5/2008 through 9/22/38 to 9/29/39. Duration, so 7 minutes, 1 second.
This is the Fed's breakdown. Dale tells Stevens that your boy, Box, referring to Stutter Box, we can all agree to that, right? Went south. Back wants Dale's phone number. Back needs to talk to Dale. It's important. Back WACK, right? But it also says CS2. Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source. Number 2.
At some point, you get a phone call from WACK100's, Cass Jones. What did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Dale Dog, rest in peace. I got the whole transcript, transcripts of the whole wiretap. Lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery.
But when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual.
He wanted to speak to the homie Dale Dog, rest in peace. So he's calling Mark Stevens' phone to do that. He wasn't the receiver of the call. So he's being disingenuous and dishonest. So that make you really think about, why would he be dishonest about this case? His role, his part in it. And the reason is because he's trying to hide something. He's trying to hide the fact that months before he called them with this information, telling them that the phones is tapped and that Stutterbox went sour on him, his home was raided. He was pulled over in his 18-wheel diesel. It was searched. They found weapons inside his home. They took Kimberly Jones out in handcuffs. You know, telling what else they found in that house. So months after you do that, you meet with the police on the 64th floor. I talked to the Joint Task Force up in the upper conference room on a Sunday when the federal buildings are closed on Sundays. This is nasty work. And after all of that, you try to call Dale Dog to tell him that Box went sour, that the phones is tapped. The reason you was trying to call, because you was trying to get them and line them up on wiretap. It's a dirty game, bro. Stay dangerous out here.
Wiretap, do you see your conversation with Cass Jones in them transcripts?
Paperwork, they put him as back. B-A-C-K. I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is, I ain't talked to no back. And they said, nah, that's WACK. But they put him as back because he a blood.
Was this back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
So you get into it. Dale talks about Box incident and Back wanting to talk to Dale. WACK wanted to talk to Dale Dog. Mafia talk and someone talking too much. Box with a question mark. Sound like Back, which is WACK, has info on Stutterbox and talking about phone lines being compromised. So WACK is wanting to talk to Dale Dog, so he goes through the Mafia's talk, who we gonna use as Mafia talk for this.
Mafia talk
nobody
is
else, right?
Mark Stevens.
He tell Mafia talk, look, I need to talk to Dale Dog. That nigga Stutterbox went bad. Well, WACK knows Stutterbox because that's his neighbor. In fact, that's how WACK even know Dale Dog. So the only way you would know that the wires is tapped, and the only way that you would know that Stutterbox had went bad, nigga, is if you done went and talked to them people. WACK admitted that he did go talk to them people on the 64th floor.
Raided my motherfucking crib, didn't find nothing. Cut my wife up, searching, going through everything. They ain't found nothing. When I went down to the federal building with my attorney to get my shit they took out of my office, every bitch was on that floor with FBI flak jackets on. That's the first thing I saw. I'm like, damn.
It goes into saying Box punked the game. 2 messages on Mark's phone. Mark is involved on the gang business and operations. Duke. Back is calling on another line to Mark. It says, hit me about 3 times. He want me to give you a number, so I'm calling to clear with you first before. So Dale Dog was like, I'm cool on that, brother. Right? Nigga, he don't even want WACK to know his number. So the nigga Mafia, he come back and say, oh, okay, you don't want? All right, so you don't want to do no hollering, all right. He said, what's up with you though, man? Dale Dog changed the subject. So the dude Mafia style say, we'll talk, man, you know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to back, which is WACK100, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man, well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with dude, and you know, like basically you been on the phone with Stutterbox, and you know, like, you know what? I'm saying you right, man. No telling what lies he told a nigga on the phone.
He already
you know
know.
What I'm saying? So they already own Stutterbox and WACK100. And then also this Dale Dog. And then when you call the dude, you make the dude talk about certain stuff on the horn, you know? You know that's what they got going on. He talking about Stutterbox and WACK100 got that going on. I ain't got no time for this dude. So then Mafia style say, I mean, you know that's good information. See, now I know how to, like I said, I ain't helping the WACK boy in a minute. The WACK boy in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He called me out of the blue yesterday. Not yesterday, yeah, last night. Left me 2 messages. And this morning. And I just need to know how to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? Nigga probably said, man, nigga going to jail, you know? Laugh. The nigga got to laugh. So that's the first page. Hold on, we ain't finished. We got some more shit that's gonna talk about that. Or confidential source number 2, aka WACK100. Go to the next page.
The WACK boy.
Other leaders of the Lawrence Gang organization, CS is able to provide.
He already know. Adam already know what time it is. You think one Adam 12 don't know that back is back? No, that's why he has that contract with him. That's why all they do is talk about gang shit on. Why is we talking about street shit? Nigga, you ain't played my video. Nigga, you ain't talking nothing about music. Nigga, you ain't promoting my merchandise. Why is we talking about street shit, bro? You not from the streets. Nigga, you don't get to have them kind of conversations with me. Niggas in the streets can't just get that conversation from me. Looks good to me, $10 super chat. We got to work on payroll. Hashtag ETE, exposing the exposers. Hey, looks good to me, man. Appreciate the super chat. Everything donated to the Damu Kiwe conversation is appreciated. $10 super chat, very appreciated. Adam 12 already know Cash the Trick Baby, a fair boy. Man, you think Adam ain't? I'm just asking y'all. Y'all think Adam ain't? Let's get back to Bull Light. But yeah, man, this is how you debunk their lies. It's very, very easy. It's called common sense. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of you niggas really, let me talk about you niggas real quick, man. A lot of you dudes in LA, maybe it's the gang drugs y'all niggas on, or maybe they just don't make them like they used to make them. You know what I'm saying? But this new model of so-called street niggas, so-called Crips, so-called Bloods, so-called Hoovers, so-called Pyrus, act like y'all slow, bro. LA's known for city slickers, nigga. Hustlers, players, gangsters, killers. You niggas is slow as molasses. Green as a pool table, twice as square. I don't know what's up with you niggas, man. Got this little spoiled little valley baby running circles around y'all, nigga. Y'all got the land looking weird, bro. Soft. Like niggas don't stand on nothing, nigga. You go up in your op dorm, run 3 phases if you lucky. If you didn't get packed out. And now you niggas is cool with this rat because he got a bag. You niggas just trying to get a teener, or what they say, a tweener or a teener of some crystal meth, nigga, to get high, nigga. You niggas just trying to fuck on a bitch. You niggas is trying to get some crumbs off that nigga table. Man, y'all got the land looking burnt, nigga. Never, ever, nigga, ever. Nigga put a stain in the game. Let's go.
Right? But I had a situation where they were saying, well, you in the work, well, I mean, what you mean? That's a nigga calling you. Wait, bro, if a nigga calling you and you answering your phone, what's up, homie? Yo, Wack, what the whoop? You at the office?
Because he even Wack even know. But you know, he in all kind of work, so he really trying to clean that up. But like, come on now. Bullets got he in the work. He in the work.
Pull up, y'all be there at 8. Boom. Your phone ain't tapped, the other nigga phone is tapped. So in this situation, the crazy part about it, what ain't nobody recognizing, is Big U was just in the Sue Surf shit. He knew his phone was hot all these years and kept it the way it was. And I'm going to tell you why.
So now here we go back to Big U. But let's get to they say Brick Baby something. Because you see how he pushing everything back to Big U, because he trying everything he can to destroy that man's whole public, you know, whatever he got going on.
The sex trafficking and shit with the broad. This nigga Dale, who nobody want to talk about, he let niggas know he told. He don't give a fuck. The one that was getting extorted. And him calling different ball players as
that sounds
nigga been extorting you. They want another extortion situation in there to strengthen the other one they already got. Now here go the thing, Brick. How did you handle yourself? Because if you'd have told them, because when they pulled him in, when they served their warrant, they find the K. They didn't go there for the K. They went there for the phone, for the dirt shit. But in the process of them looking,
how do you know what they went there for? This nigga just said that the Joint Task Force didn't run up in Brick House for the chopstick. They ran up in Brick House for a cell phone, trying to connect them to the little dirt investigation. How you know that? Yep, and common sense would tell you if the feds hit Wack's house, they had something on them. They had enough leverage on them to make them work for them on their case. Facts, J Boogie. Adam and WACK100 is the gang task force for sure. Tatty Matt, that's common sense. 100% agree with you, my man. Salute.
They find the K. So now they start to use the K. They like, listen, we got you with this K, and we know this nigga been extorting you. They want another extortion situation in there to strengthen the other one they already got. Now here go the thing, Brink. How did you handle yourself? Because if you'd have told them.
He said, but they don't want to talk about Dale Morrison and the extortion. Mind you, all of this is before Brick Baby gets in and Big U get indicted. Nigga, how do you know so much about the Big U investigation, about Brick Baby's investigation and case? Nigga, about Big U's investigation case, the murder of Rayshawn Williams. And was talking about this shit publicly and all of this shit before the indictment dropped. So it was sealed. The grand jury hearing is sealed until the indictment dropped. Nasty work.
I ain't got nothing to say. They wouldn't have told you about the big U RICO that's coming. They only gonna tell them mother that's cooperating on their side.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, WACK100, because that's the character. He's saying that Brick Baby, and I agree, had to talk to them because they wouldn't have told them that Big U, there was a RICO on Big U. Because Brick Baby told 600 that. And they said, nigga, that they get a tour in the 60s every day because they watched 600 videos. So he tells 600, man, you need to cut that shit out. Nigga, you got the hood hot. Police is, nigga, one of you niggas put the motherfucking task force on me. Nigga, they raided my house and found the chopstick, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, so they told me that it's not a 6-0 indictment. It's a big U indictment, right? And the niggas from 6-0 is gonna be attached to it. And that, out of all of that, WACK100 knew all of this before. And he says, well, they wouldn't have never told Brick that unless he was talking to him. He had to be cooperating. Well, WACK100, you done told us that they gave you a lot of information. You saying Brick had to be working for him for them to feed information to him? But what about information about Rashawn Williams? How did you get information in contact with his mother and his sister? Why would you record that call and then release it? Molly Mall, you had information about this indictment 2 years before Big U was indicted. You was on Clubhouse yelling, Big U got a RICO. You was yelling, Big U got a RICO. You was talking to Molly Mall, same Molly Mall who told you, hey, Big U said he want to break your jaw and that you an informant. I should cut you off. You told us about Dale Morrison. We didn't know who Dale Morrison was. We didn't know who Molly Mall was. Grammy Award-winning producer. I got a hit with him. Me in the Game and Jeremiah. This is nasty work, bro. So how did you get all of this information about Big U's investigation and release this information to the streets, to the internet streets? You were the one that was putting these informants' life in danger. Yet, you guys got the assistant United States attorney trying to blame Big U for it. This is nasty. We finna do a poll. He this tell little T-Rex CS2 is always on some bullshit. Shaking my head, no jumper was going broke. The feds say we gonna give you 20 G's if you snitch on your home. We'll give you 20 G's if you snitch on your homie. Sammy the Bull and Whitey Bolger whacking Adam 112 and 1 Adam 12. Right, Hines towing. The feds told him so. That's how you know. The feds told me so. The feds taught him his extortion tactics. I believe it was them or the JDL. Google the JDL. Let's get back to my guy. I'm finna make a Y'all get active on the poll. Let me make it for y'all.
They ain't gonna tell a mother that they think gonna walk out of here and go warn the nigga. But, you know, he said all this shit 21, 22 months ago. We just didn't know what he was saying. You know what you mean? It's a big Rico down there. So what you saying? Right? And we didn't know until it hit, and we actually seen nigga.
Shut up, dumb. Don't give a nigga. Shut your ass up.
Hey, listen, I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody. All the hollering and screaming, it's another side of the app. You can do that. You want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation, right?
No, finish, right?
Yeah, whether you like it or not, we can have a conversation, right? All that little kid shit you doing, bro. We've been on this app for
Wack, you a bald ass rat.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, that nigga want to
lights up, bro.
OG nigga, you just called the police on a bitch. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing that lady saying, bro.
Okay.
Nah, nigga, we selected politicking, right?
About him.
I mean, I'm like, bro, I know the nigga, bro. I had to help the nigga save his house, help him save his kids, and help him with attorneys on it. I know the nigga, but if y'all want to DUSE M start, you know. Okay.
You gotta really be fucking down and out to be front lining at 50-something years old on extortion.
Oh, bro.
Oh boy, with the extras. Okay, so there he said Brick Baby a rat. Because I guess he's saying Brick Baby heard something about something and he said something. How's that a fact when the boy is in jail, man? Everybody I'm speaking on is in jail right now. They must not rat too good. That's all I'm gonna say. With the loose cannon situation, we don't know. I believe Loose will do some things to make his little situation easier. I don't know nothing about none of these dudes because I don't see no paperwork on none of them. But it was interesting how WACK called his ex-homie the most evilest. He one of the most evilest dudes I know. Talking about Loose Cannon on Vlad TV. You see, him and Big U was best friends. They had keys to each other's house. Now look at when he you know, everybody know the story, man. When Big U separated himself from WACK feelings got hurt. And when WACK feelings got hurt, everybody a rat. But look what he said about Loose, man, on Vlad TV.
I know things that he done said crazy things.
You gotta work your way around it. Yeah,
you know,
I feel you.
And you know, it's a lot. It's crazy because everybody that he has with him, I know things that he done said crazy things about him. Like, I'll let the cat out the bag because the baby mama kept playing with me. So I said,
you his father, dude. You said all the crazy things. Whatever he said, you said 10 times worse, homie.
Yo, here you go. This is your baby daddy sending me a picture that you sent him saying you just had a miscarriage. Now, why he would send me this picture, I don't know. I get a picture of you pulling down your panties and it's bloody with napkins and all this. I said, yo, bro, what is this? He said, man, I didn't want the first baby. This dumb, stupid ass woman talking about she want 3, 4 kids. I'm glad it happened, right? So then she goes on a rant and gets mad at me for what he sent me. Don't get, why?
Yeah.
Why are you mad at me for what right? It's like he has his little thing over his little henchmen, the ones that he got one dude that has never met him in his life, and he is fighting for this dude like he's his twin. Like, I asked Luke, I said, bro, you got a twin? Nah, we have the same birthday, but we 10 years apart.
Everybody do the pose.
Okay, cool. How old are you? I'm 32. Okay, shit, all right. The business I'm doing with you, cool. He goes to jail, 42. He got 6 kids. 2 kids is 23, 22. So he couldn't claim them because that debunks the 32.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of like you dealing
He's actually 42. Okay.
You dealing with something that's different. And you know, I gotta say he's good at what he does on the people he's doing it with. But he's probably one of the most vindictive, careless, and I gotta use this word, and it sounds crazy, evil persons I've met because of the things he says about his mother, things he says about her mother. When you doing certain things with me, I'm like, yeah, shit, if he doing them like that, who am I? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Vlad?
Yeah.
If he's doing like, you know what I mean? Who am I? Right? So her mother, you know, I've heard conversations, you know, when him, you know, picking or dropping her off at the airport, that was crazy. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Man, please. You talked about your daddy smoking crack. You cut him off. You did this, that. Talked about your mama. Come on now, homie. He was doing that really to try to impress you because he knew that was the type of shit you was messing with. He was doing all that to impress WACK. Everybody know the truth, man. WACK was influencing that, encouraging that. And now when the boy is in trouble, WACK spill all the beans on characteristics, man. Bad character. He said he's one of the evilest person I ever knew. Said he's a rat, this and that. Okay. Loose cannon, a rat too, according to the, well, you know, and, you know, Brick Baby. And now how the hell young Aunt Hefe is a rat? Young and Hefe fighting some crazy stuff too, just like all them other dudes. How is he a rat too? And you free. You going through all these people having beef drama with all these people, talking gangster, you know, and then at the same time doubling back and I ain't about that. I ain't. And you seem to be free, but they the rats. That's weird to me. Keep it pushing though. Watch how Aunt Hefe the rat.
He said that you feel me, a lot of stuff that I don't speak on. And as well, I've been seeing that a lot of dudes in this media space been wanting me to go back and forth with WACK100 or, you know, these different content creators and spinning their narrative. Or WACK said this, WACK did this. Now let's get right down to it, right? Differently, or a lot of you dudes just don't handle business altogether. Y'all think that y'all know what y'all do and y'all think that y'all handle business, but a lot of y'all know that y'all.
What it do, y'all? We back with another video. So y'all heard what Aunt Hefe said, y'all. And if he don't go at WACK after what WACK just said on IG, I really think that WACK might have some paperwork on Aunt Hefe now.
Oh God, another WACK backer. And I ain't gonna be. I understand these channels because you know. I believe with they shit, WACK could probably shut their shit down quick. Who knows? But maybe they fear of that.
WACK put up a post on his IG, and he's pretty much clearly calling Aunt Hefe a snitch for the court of law, based on how he covered the topic of the MLK, where he was saying the Bloods was going at the Crips, or whatever the case may be.
Police capture nobody because I don't even speak or talk like that. How can I be helping the police do police work if I'm repeating help the police capture nobody because I don't even speak or talk like that?
No, you don't.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Let's go. He definitely don't. I watch him pop. He keep all that crazy shit in.
So WACK100 had put a long post on his IG and pretty much calls Aunt Hefe a snitch, a gang expert in the court of law. This is what he says, y'all. So he pretty much is saying on his post to swipe left in regards to this topic that Aunt Hefe covered in regards to him speaking on LA Bloods mounting an assault against the Crips. He says, are the Crips telling me this is their ways? I want to know, Crips. I did it with don't alert or give the law, these kind of details mentioning of hoods.
All these people I played that's in prison right now facing serious time. I didn't hear no logical explanation for them telling. I didn't hear no clear explanation. I just hear WACK rambling about it. And this dude trying to translate is making it even worse. But
young Aunt Hefe, you are now considered a gang expert in the court of law. That what you wrote is a Crip violation. Any Crip agree with what this man wrote in this description ain't a Crip. This ain't Crippin'. You got a real hood looking like this is what they do. And I don't think that's the case. The A-Trade gangsters, is this what y'all do? Because he is now the voice of the ETGs and what y'all doing. So it seems like WACK100 took offense to young Aunt Hefe's video title where he says WACK.
And then it sounds like he said he's the voice of the ETG. So what y'all doing? Damu, you know, telling the ETG, you know, 8-Trade gangster Crips, these dudes notorious, big ass gang, telling them what y'all doing. He the leader of the ETG, so what y'all doing? That's how lost in the sauce boy is, man.
100 put a German Shepherd on your neck.
TV. Salute,
he a
bro.
Paru dropout, exposing extra beef. I feel like Aunt Hefe wrote that title and WACK100 responded and does not like the name of that title. That's why he's directly calling Aunt Hefe a snitch, a gang expert in the court of law. Let me know what y'all think, man, because the gloves is off and WACK100 directly calling young Aunt Hefe a snitch.
Without a clear explanation. We're going to get to why they calling him CS2 back. I just want to hear.
Y'all know we finna cook. Bang
Aunt
that
Hefe
like
by this
button.
time should respond to WACK directly.
Before they get to the CS2 back, and that's where we're going to end it when we get to the CS2 back shit. But, I mean, as I exposed it, I don't think too many people can break it down like I am. Maybe Scanless, it's a couple other people too. But even more than that, I got to get this cord from up under here. even more than that, CS2 back is running circles around these dudes. Right? Look at Inglewood Blue. Miss Inglewood Blue says, dudes, for real, I'm a lady, and I know this is definitely different in Cali. Little T-Rex CS2 would have been outro, shaking my head. Yeah, definitely. The level of violence that went down, shit, most of LA's been gentrified or is overpopulated by the Mexican population. But even more than that, I'm talking about the mentality, right? The street smarts, the wits. Like, we the home of Tootie Reese, Ray Browning, Freeway Ricky Ross, Waterhead Bo, Super Duper Untouchable Brand. We could go on and on and on and on. Michael Twain, the Twyman Boys. We could go on and on about hustlers throughout Los Angeles, players that was getting money at a cold level because their mind was so sophisticated. These niggas is in the game and they act like they can't even see. This nigga's a federal source. WACK100 is an undercover informant, literally. What he's doing is he running circles and playing games with your guys, especially that got 5 or whatever he's really calling WACK his uncle. He ain't playing games with my 5, with my guy, third world Earl. Yeah, Whitey Enterprise. We could keep going on. Big Jets from Main Street, Droop from Main Street, Dale Dog, Honcho from Great, Baby Gangster. Nigga is named, nigga Big Rock, my cousin. Rest in peace, Playboy Style. Niggas that was seeing hundreds of thousands and half of millions in the 80s and the 90s. These dudes is slow now. Bush always keep it 100. I don't think he could be fake. That's the thing of the past, Steve Brown. You right. Why boyfriend? Yeah, we see in my era, we looked up to and wanted to follow behind them hustlers like the names I named, the ones that sold the drugs. This generation, they look up to the guys that's using drugs. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is junkies. The 80s, early 90s on the East, CS2 would have got a full tank of shells. You think Lil Jon working too? I don't want to speculate. You know what I'm saying? Documentation beats conversation and speculation every time.
I think he's being too nice.
But
now, this is actually...
It don't matter. He's still foul either way it goes.
All right, cool.
Whether he working or not. Whether knowingly
I remember
or not.
the first time ICE, which is one of their super reputables, he in there for that fixing investigation right now, where they somebody walked into the restaurant, gave dude 2 to the door, walked out.
White boy,
right?
straight 5'7".
ICE told Expo, show up to the set. You got 24 hours. Remember when I was going around, he got 24 hours to get to the neighborhood, right?
Yep.
For BP. He never showed up. Okay. After that, he started getting into it with 4 extras. Things is transpiring back and forth, whatever. They told him show up for a put off. You ain't from the hood. Right? He's a no-show. He starts going to do all these things on Cam Capone, saying he brought 4 extras, whatever, right? After that, he allegedly does a robbery. DJ Flip, right? He goes and does a robbery on the DJ, the producer, right?
Allegedly.
He say Flip called the police. Actually, no. Dude go take the jury to somebody to pawn it. Then he pawned it with the jury because he the one sold the jury to Flip. Flip go to the jewelry store, said pull the video. I guess when they pulled the video, they got the boy coming into this whatever, right? So now 30 days it went by, he on the street, Flip on the street. He don't do nothing to Flip. He don't do nothing.
Yeah,
he get caught, go to jail. He go to jail, they try to put him in GP. The 40 say, Expo tell him, I don't want to walk the main line, put me high power. Now, Expo ain't got enough clout or enough name. He ain't like a Blueface Game or a Chris Brown or a Soldier Boy that when they walk in there, they automatically gonna high power you. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I believe in the gang world, especially in LA. They know him from the No Jumper interviews. Any nigga that go to No Jumper, most niggas gonna be tapped in, especially the youngins. So yeah, he got some fame and he got the music going out there, and he had before all of the stuff. So WACK just be saying shit.
Right, nigga, you don't have that type of status yet at all.
Yeah, it's just a local rapper. They don't even probably know.
So he volunteers to go to high power. So the 40 is really like, well, you ain't show up for the DP. You ain't show up to the set. You didn't say the homies, the hood, and you didn't roll it off the main line. You're a civilian. You're on your own. This is their way of seeing it.
Turns out you should never sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a much better way you could get paid a way bigger check with
Kiwe.
Right?
Conversation.
So I guess as time goes on, and I told y'all this, as time goes on, you're going to start to see people, when it comes to business, start openly doing what they used to hide. Something I never...
And Hefe a rat?
Court, all this other, which Baby Runner ain't gonna do none of that because you ain't a 40s as far as he concerned, and your neighborhood is concerned.
Wait, is Aunt Hefe a rat though? That's what the video say. I want to hear him.
I know what Aunt Hefe gonna say.
There we go. Because this boy.
When you robbed him, you wasn't a 40 when you went to jail. This is why you went high power, not the main line. This what the 40s is saying. Right? They called me and said, bro, you need to address this.
If your hood and homies is calling CS2 back, Damu telling him about Crip business, y'all shit is already y'all are waiting an indictment. That shit boof. Nigga, you boof. You calling CS2 back to tell him about your homies. Status of niggas in your hood, nigga, that's treason. This shit is crazy. And they called you. The cold thing is, if they did tell CS2 back that, they lying. Nigga, I interviewed the homie, the homie for 20s, was pressed that nigga rolled it up. Let's go.
Because you know what's going on, you address everything else. Address it, WACK, speak on it. We telling you to speak on it. So when y'all say why WACK all in Kiwe business, because the Kiwe's from
yeah, right. Same reason why he was all in the East Coast business. We went through that. Reason why he was all in everybody business, nigga. Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, everybody. Especially when they get in trouble with the police, you start to know a whole lot about everything. Once they get in trouble with them laws, you know about everything. That's crazy.
Police called me and asked me respectfully to speak on it. I do know all the details and that led up to this, right? So they like, bro, on top of that, and Hefe, you got to, when we talking about controlling edits, this is what everybody be saying. Why you didn't edit out him saying, well, BR need to, and BR, Baby Runner need to, and stop it from going. That's the case. That I had a detective looking at Baby Runner like, hey.
I know this dude ain't talking about a case, so that's why Aunt Hefe is supposed to be a rat. That's why the title say, WACK say Aunt Hefe calls Aunt Hefe a rat. Because of that? Nah, it's got to be some more. I'm going to let it play a little bit more, Then we're gonna get into that CS2 back situation.
You want the witness? Bro, it's a whole lot going on. But for Ed Hefe to say he didn't want to get in 40 business, the 40 is saying you allow Spody Face to line up in the range, knowing what's going on, because Spody Face didn't want to do it. For him to call Ed Hefe, he could have called Spody Face and did it. Spody Face from 40s. And you did a phone call with this insinuate tampering with witnesses and all this, but you didn't edit that out. Or did you call over there and holler at them about it? You put it up. That's Ed Hefe right. My whole thing is everybody got to stop selective politicking when it comes to what it's do.
Wow. So that's his explanation for Aunt Hefe telling, I guess. So he say. This is a mess, bro. Only because of one person. This ain't a representative of the West Coast, not at all. West Coast niggas, gentlemen, they gangsters, they do what they do, but they ain't with a lot of, a lot of this mess. You ain't gonna find a lot of niggas from the West dealing with all this. This dude whack, it's just whack. He want to throw it on like he represent the West, but come on, man. You represent WACK100. Like the homie used to say, skin down ENT, rest in peace.
WACK100.
WACK100. Feel me? Back when me and him was,
rest in peace, skin
was
down.
putting all this shit together, really throwing up this video. Man, he represent him, man. He don't represent the West. So before, him and,
Hey, shout out to my boy Bull Light, man. Rest in peace, skin down ENT. I was honored to be one of the dudes they found interested enough on Clubhouse to do content on me and run content that I react to content that I ran clips off of Clubhouse, man. Those are like the founding YouTube channels on off of Clubhouse, man. And thank God they gave me spin. Look where we at now. Still doing it 4 years later.
him and DUSE M, y'all know about the back and forth. But before we get into the details, we'll get into this because I noticed when DUSE brought up something and Wack, you see it, you're gonna watch his whole demeanor change, and you could tell when the boy is capping, in my opinion. But Black Savage Entertainment, let's get into it.
I'm gonna let y'all listen to this video and we're gonna get back to it. Play the clip.
Hey, what happened with Yael? I thought he said that he wasn't in the loose cannon.
Bro, that wasn't on that to run plays.
So that wasn't him?
Bro, it was him. They trying to run the play. He wasn't with it, so he fired off on the.
That's cap.
Dead homie.
So that's DUSE M saying something about somebody firing off. Here come Wack and cap. The question is, Wack, was you there? Guaranteed he wasn't.
Oh, dead homie. Boom! You just killed all your homies. I got the whole mother segment.
Oh,
sitting there, playing dominoes and everything.
Where he took off again on the second time because it was 2 rounds. Don't edit it out.
I didn't edit it. I just put it up.
Okay, so where the other one where he took off on? He called me tonight.
Bro, it's up. Ain't no edit.
Well, anyway, why Greg Caton throw you under the bus like that was you on that wiretap?
Greg Caton said that's CS2 back. And that's an officer of the law, nigga. That we gonna get into that. But watch this. Certain questions and Wack gonna be like, huh? Oh no. That's when the demeanor change, homie. Keep thinking.
You throw me under the bus.
We got the content.
He said
that's when he be lying.
Ain't no
like that.
Well, anyway, why Greg Caton throw you under the bus like that was you on that wiretap?
You didn't throw me under the bus.
We got the content.
He said the back.
You gonna tell us what he said? We heard what he said. But watch the voice. He ain't throw me under the bus. Now watch, he gonna ask him another question like that. And he gonna go, huh? It's just a whole thing that liars do, homie. I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of lies.
It's fake. You created fake paperwork.
Well, listen. If
did you not create fake paperwork?
Hell no.
Why you never told us that Booker Brim? Why you used to always say he's a PC? Why you never told us that Booker Brim was a PC?
Because that ain't his job to tell you about somebody else's business. That's somebody that's in his set probably. Why he got to tell you about this nigga if it whatever? So watch what
He's just trying to deflect.
You gonna ask him a real question.
Why you never told us that Booger Brim from Fruitown Brim?
We got content.
Why you never told us Booger Brim was a PC?
Why you
bro?
never bring your
Why didn't you ever tell us Booger Brim was PC? You would be like, my big brother, big homie Booger Brim is a G. Why you didn't tell us Booger Brim is a PC?
Floor?
What?
Look.
Why you never brought your paperwork and your statement for the 64th floor?
Huh?
I never had paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork.
If you go talk to the police, that means you waived your Miranda rights.
I was double arrested, dummy.
Bro.
You only get Miranda rights when you're arrested, you stupid mother.
Hey, this is how slow CS2 back is, right? So if they say the Harmies is investigating, right, and they wanted to go polygraph test, if a homicide detective wanted to give you a polygraph, would you be read Miranda rights previous to questioning by law enforcement? So if you voluntarily agree to take a polygraph and are free to live, police typically do not have to read you your Miranda rights before the examination. A voluntary interview is usually considered non-custodial, so Miranda is not required. If you are under arrest, the same way Michael Kiwe, detective, sheriff deputy from the task force, Michael Kiwe said the only one arrested was Cash Jones. If you are under arrest or otherwise in custody and detectives want to question you, including during a polygraph, they generally must advise you of your Miranda rights before custodial interrogation. So there it go. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Let's go. Yeah, real time. Oh, y'all can't even hear it. My bad. Damn, my bad, bro. Damn, I'm thinking y'all hearing it. Y'all ain't even hearing it. Hold on. Damn, how long was that? Y'all weren't even hearing the content. Apologies, man. You know what I'm saying? Apologies. This shit is good.
You didn't throw me under the bus. We got the content. He said the back.
Are you gonna tell us what he said? We heard what he said. But watch the voice. He didn't throw me under the bus. Now watch, he gonna ask him another question like that. And he gonna go, huh? It's just a whole thing that liars do, homie. I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of lies.
Back is fake. You created fake paperwork.
Well, listen. If you
did you not create fake paperwork?
Hell no.
Why you never told us that Booger Brim? Why you used to always say he's a G? Why you never told us that Booger Brim was a PC?
Because that ain't his job to tell you about somebody else's business. That's somebody that's in his set probably. Why he got to tell you about this nigga if it whatever? So watch what DUSE M's ask WACK though. You gonna ask him a real question.
Why you never told us that Booger Brim from Fruitown Brim?
We got content.
Why you never told us Booger Brim was a PC?
bro.
Never bring your
Why didn't you
paperwork
ever
from
tell
the
us Booger Brim
floor,
was
nigga.
PC?
There
You
you
would
go.
be like, my big brother, big homie Booger Brim is
Why
the G.
you ain't never
Why
bring
you didn't
your
tell us
paperwork
Booger Brim's
from
the
the
PC?
64th floor?
What?
Look.
Why you never brought your paperwork and your statement from the 64th floor?
Huh?
I never had paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork.
If you go talk to the police, that means you waive your Miranda rights.
I was never arrested, dummy.
Bro,
You only get Miranda rights when you're arrested, you stupid mother.
He caught up. Now he reacting with the slurs and the anger because he knows. So now he going. That's a deflection. Big deflection.
Definitely
now.
deflection.
He gonna try to overpower him now with the talking.
It ain't been to the joint. Miranda rights only kick in at the time of arrest, dummy.
Officer Coed said you were arrested, so
He's lying. I don't even know him.
Go
for look, then this what you can do.
He said he don't know Detective Coed. So let me give y'all some real game real quick, right? So he said he don't know Detective Coed. But Detective Coed comes off as knowing this dude very well. We only gonna play one clip, and then we gonna get right back into this. Just so y'all that don't know, you know what I'm saying, can be brought up to speed. You know what I'm saying? This nigga right now, this nigga is tap dancing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is not feeling the fact that that I confronted him face to face live about Detective Coed, who was part of the joint task force in the Biggie and Tupac murder investigation, the mainstream mafia investigation, right? And he says WACK100 was locked up. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something else about this content. Look, let's go.
Recently released by.
Is that right? First cousin. Remember I was trying to strike you? Yeah, that's it. Need you. Like all right.
Dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
WACK100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse.
Detective Coed says there was no one arrested other than Cash Jones. So you were arrested. So when you talk to them peoples, you know what I'm saying, they read you your Miranda rights. You brought your lawyer, they read your Miranda rights, and you agreed to what I believe was a queen for a day. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't stopped yet. You've been queen for a decade. You know what I'm saying? A decade plus. So let's get back to Bull Light, man. I just wanted to show y'all that. We'll get to the Greg Caden shit later, too. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Nasty work, bro. WACK100 is under pressure. Bull Light still doing it.
No,
any of that, any of them dates.
Well, give me my 100,000. We got
Go
the
pull it. Go pull it.
You beating on your wife and
go pull it.
Yeah.
We got it. We running it tomorrow.
Bro, listen. Go and pull. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go and pull. Listen to me. Bro, you put in the trunk. You beat to put them in the trunk. Here we go. I got $100,000. Go pull my arrest history.
Right.
It's public record. Listen to me.
Your wife.
What? What you say?
Put that on power rule. You didn't beat.
And when he say something that get him, he like, what? What? And that's when he's thinking of something to say to that.
Your wife.
I ain't never beat my wife.
Rule, you didn't have
power rule, I ain't never beat my wife. Never.
Put that on power rule. You didn't have domestic abuse case.
I got 3, 4 of them.
Oh. Pull up my record. So you just said ain't no arrest. Pull up my record. DUSE said, yeah, we already got the work. We're gonna run it tomorrow. And now you just admitting, yeah, I got 3, 4 of them. Nigga, how you be having all these cases It ain't never. That's man. Keep it pushing.
Okay, put that on power rule. You didn't get arrested for not finishing your domestic abuse case.
I never got arrested for that on power rule.
Man, you got.
I ain't never had to do no
county jail. You can't.
Are you stupid? Put that on Fruitown Grill.
We got.
Put that on Fruitown. Put that on Fruitown Grill that I got arrested.
First of all, Wack, stop saying and put that on a gang. Put that on this, and you putting that on your gang don't mean nothing to nobody. Swear to God, you know it don't, man. You will lie. Put that on the gang. You don't believe in the gangs no more. You said you denounced the gangs and all that shit when you was down in Jefe for getting locked up.
I ain't never had to do no classes.
We gonna do one at a time.
So I ain't never had to do no classes. And never had a felony. Misdemeanor, baby.
Yeah, that's the point. That's his point. You had all these cases. You said 3 domestic violences, this, that. And that's the point. No felonies, no nothing.
They arrested you for
misdemeanor.
You lying about
I had a misdemeanor. You know, you get too loud.
We gonna give you that.
I had a misdemeanor, bozo.
Look, we gonna run to work tomorrow anyway. So you got you can have
listen, no, let's get to this.
Now remember when he said, let's have a conversation, all that screaming for the other side. He the first one to yell, first one to call him out his name, and get crazy. Because he can't handle when the truth, some niggas can't handle the truth. I don't know if it's the truth, but I know the reaction of a nigga that can't handle the truth. They react, defense, go crazy. Feel me? He's representing them actions right now.
Have that till tomorrow.
I don't give a everybody didn't call it domestic. I don't give a about that. But listen, did your brother catch a domestic when he was scared to fight? Did your brother catch a domestic when he was scared to fight?
Okay, deflection again. Your brother. Niggas, nigga, you got your brother. Shut, nigga, we speaking about, it's a one-on-one conversation. Stop. This is the second time he brought in somebody else. He brought in the dude from his set or whatever that's supposed to be PC. Now he bringing in his brother. Watch the tactics, man. Only Bush gonna let you really analyze what's going on. Is stepping back and smelling the roses, nigga. Stepping back and peeping shit, like analyzing shit a little more in the mud.
Greg said WACK was never, ever an informant. He was a target.
Don't protect their confidential source. But we're not talking about that part. We're talking about the part where he
look, let's stop at the money. They go to money. Look, hey, look, Ghost, won't you?
See how you want to cut them off? Man, it's right before you. It's right in your face. You see how WACK want to shut that shit down as fast as he can, but he can't because DUSE M staying on topic. DUSE M ain't mentioned no other party but WACK100. WACK mentioning all kind of names. Only thing DUSE M mentioned was a cop that put WACK in some shit.
You join in, go. I'll give you 50 out of 100. Go pull my arrest record, go. Hold on, bro. Slow down. You look, bro. This don't work with me. Go.
It's working with you. It's working with you. You're not letting the man talk. He said we can have a conversation.
Just said I got arrested by that dude, right? Y'all got the date. Listen, hold on. You have the date. Anybody on the floor, I got 50,000. If you can go pull a date and show I got a
okay, now DUSE M's getting it ain't a bad conversation no more. They straight in violation mode now. But man, DUSE M sound like he know what he talking about. He sound really convicted. The boy sound like he mean it.
Hey. Well, look, broke ass. Why your teeth look like that, bro? Why your teeth look like
another deflection? Nobody calling for all these stupid ass deflections because they talk about some serious shit.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it.
Conversation. We got 215 in here.
A complete AI creation.
Like button, man.
This dude, that dude, your teeth, this, that, you broke. Nigga, you must be trying to avoid the topic at hand. I'm just on the outside looking in and analyzing.
Paperwork is real.
Why does your teeth look like that? I thought you was a real ass. Why does your teeth look like that?
He trying his best to throw homie off, to throw him off. It ain't working.
Look,
Why does your teeth look like that? Why is your brother sucking on the F&Y yard? Why you was lying to your floor? Why you had the whole nigga your floor thinking your brother was
Why are they referring to you as confidential source?
They never did that. Never did that. You created fake paperwork.
Greg Gaten.
He got the right one, man. DUSE M's. DUSE M's. He told me it's DUSE M's. When I was saying DUSE M's, I'm just using. But yeah, DUSE M's. He got the right one, boy. Staying on topic, sticking to the point, not getting deflected, not adding in no names, not clowning WACK and his appearance and none of that. See, if anybody should be getting shut down, is WACK, because YouTube guidelines is about that you can't clown their appearance and physical appearance and stuff like that. That's what WACK do all day. You know, he get into that type of personal stuff instead of the topic at hand. DUSE M's.
He never said that.
Calling them on the phone call.
He never said that.
Bro, I got
he never said that.
Don't play the content.
Man,
we gonna
said that.
Hey,
what we waiting?
We gonna let
I'm pretty sure he got it. I know he's scared of a real fucking Fruittown Brim dude, you know, and a dude that's really he picked the right one. That's all I'm saying. A dude that's smart enough and savvy enough to play with this internet and really start doing some damage. You know, he ain't as famous as WACK, but his foundation is growing and he making allies and he getting there and he making solid connects, because that's what solid people do. See, WACK don't got solid connects. You know, I could have ran through a whole list of people he done crossed and you know, that he ran through. Pause.
Are you gonna put this on your dead homies? Wait. Chuck got the content. You gonna put that on your dead homies? You gonna pay, right?
We ain't got
no. Let's put the money on it.
He didn't say you was
5,000. I know you got 5,000, right? Listen, bro. Do we have a bet of $5,000?
Wow, that's a lame ass That's a lame ass tactic, Epstein tactic. Like DUSE M's going, yeah, I got 5 bands sold up. Play today. He thinking because he lucky DUSE ain't holla at something. I probably would have threw him there like, nigga, yeah, bet that. Nigga, bet that. You feel me? But
nigga, I was trying to get him
DUSE
too.
M's ain't gonna take that bet.
Nah,
they gonna have to play it anyway.
Watch, listen.
That this man never said I was a confidential source.
Greg Gaten said,
and we bet. And we bet. Yo, Chuck, I want to bet. This dude do a lot of whooping.
So this is what the bet is about. I told him we already had the content. I was trying to take the bet. That nigga don't pay no bets. that be a distracting tactic. You know what I'm saying? He trying to think of a way out. You know, he always deflect when a motherfucker on him. He needs to worry about his brother killer who walking free. He always want to bet people when he know he lose. Well, he lost the bet. Everybody in the chat, drop a 1 if you think he lost the bet. I'm finna break it down right now, and then we gonna end this one. Here goes Detective Greg Gaten. Let's go.
Back to scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Today, we're going to let you guys hear what Greg Gaten has to say about CS2 back. You're going to hear Greg attempt to shield his confidential source, but you're also going to hear him place WACK directly in the CS2 driver's seat. I'll interject a little throughout the interview, just to point out a few things. Other than that, I'm going to just let it play.
Right.
Tell me in the comment section what you think. Now, Greg, this isn't about you. This is about WACK. I understand you have to do what you got to do. But if he can bring you on Clubhouse to tell us all that stuff, I feel I should be able to ask some questions so the people can be informed. So again, this has nothing to do with you. This is about WACK.
Yeah, I get it. No, and again, I'm not trying to get in the middle of whatever bullshit is going on between WACK and whatever bullshit's going on with Starbucks. I don't give a fuck about that beef. Whatever it is, they'll figure it out. I'm just going to tell you investigatively, we would have listed WACK, Cash Jones, in our paperwork. He would have been like target 1, and his phone would have been target 1. And so when we were looking at him, we used particular language in our paperwork. So if we're writing the wiretap affidavit for his phone, we would say Cash Jones, also known as WACK. You were utilizing target number, whatever, which would be his phone. I think it was some 661 phone number. And that's just the language. Nowhere within the paperwork related to the investigation of Cash Jones, was he ever mentioned as a CS or an informant? Because he wasn't.
Okay. Now, Greg, we're talking about the case Stutterbox had against Shaquille O'Neal and the 7 Main Street Crips. When WACK brought you on Clubhouse, he asked you what would he have been referred to as in the paperwork.
Harbor Freight Tools are working hard in Nico's one-man shop in Illinois. He
WACK
demands
say he
affordable
ain't in the
tools.
paperwork, right?
And then in your paperwork, I don't know. How was I referred to? Was I referred to WACK, Cash Jones? They have this Back name. I don't know who the fuck Back is. I don't know. I know I've never had that moniker, but no, I don't know. Maybe it was some coded shit. Or how did you recall referring to me through all the paperwork when you guys were like listening in on my wiretaps? So like saying, okay, this is WACK, this is Cash Jones on the wiretap. What was I referred to in your because I've never looked over that paperwork. Never had a need to. What was I referred to?
If WACK had nothing to do with Del Dog, Shaq, or any of the Main Street Crips, why would his name be being referred to in the paperwork at all?
So again, this is completely different investigation. We have to be real careful that we don't cross over these ideas because...
So he's admitting first and foremost that, yeah, WACK100 is in some paperwork. He said, well, why would WACK100 name be in the paperwork, period, if he had nothing to do with the case?
When I said he would have been mentioned in the paperwork, if we're talking about Cash Jones's case, then we may have mentioned a CS, which would have been Stutterbox, saying these things about Cash that we investigated. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't.
So we all know that Greg is not being truthful when he says that. We can clearly see WACK's government name, Cash Jones, all in this case. Hey, Christopher Loves Boys, this shows you why you can't believe everything the police say. This also shows you that the police are protecting WACK, as they would any other confidential informant that's in good standing with them, unlike Stutterbox. But I want you to hear what Greg says right after he said WACK was not in the Main Street case at all.
There was no mention of Cash in the Main Street case. Other than when he's trying to get a hold of Mark Stevens and in order to tell him that Box has been compromised.
So he admits WACK is in the paperwork when he tries to get a hold of Mark Stevens to tell him that Stutterbox is compromised. So he admits that WACK100 is in the paperwork. And it's just so happened the same wiretap paperwork that I exposed on TV, go to Clubhouse Crazy TV 4 years ago, is the exact paperwork he's talking about. Confidential source to back. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's what the wiretap transcript said CS2 back, or WACK, was calling Del Dog to do. Not Del Dog, but Mark Stevens.
See what you just did, though?
Yeah, I said Del Dog.
You said CS2 WACK. It doesn't say that, does it?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it say CS2 back?
So Greg Caden just admitted, he said, you said CS2 WACK. It doesn't say that. Scanner said, yes, it does. He said, wait, doesn't it say CS2 back? So WACK was saying when I was arguing with him, DUSE M, you made some fake paperwork. You went and made some fake paperwork. I made some fake paperwork, and that's why Detective Greg Caden got my fake. He was the investigator, but he got the fake paperwork that I got. make it make sense. Yeah.
Yes, it says CS2 back.
Okay, well, do you know what you just said?
What did I say?
CS2 WACK.
I meant CS2 back.
Because in your mind, and bear with me, no offense here, but I think you've already come to the conclusion that back is WACK, and that's why that's such an easy mistake to make.
Well, the reason I think WACK is CS2 back is because that's who Mark Stevens said he was talking to.
Nobody's disputing that. Nobody's disputing that Mark Stevens is saying that WACK is who he was talking to.
But he's saying that that's back. He is saying that back is WACK.
How does Mark Stevens put that together? Show me how Mark Stevens has anything to substantiate that back is WACK.
In the paperwork, they put him as back, BACK. And I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no back. And they said, nah, that's WACK. But they put him as back because he a blood, so it's back. I said, oh, okay.
And was this back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so no offense to Mark, he doesn't know any better. But when we're writing official police reports, we don't play the game. We don't change language or change spelling because we are, part of the gang culture. We're not going to put WACK. We're going to put back because he's a blood, not a crip, and we don't. That's not how we operate. We don't. That's gang shit. We don't write as gangsters. We write as police officers and try to be as specific as possible.
Greg is saying they try to be as specific as possible, and that they don't do things like that. But we're all looking at a wiretap transcript where they did exactly that. They put a person named Back in the paperwork, and no one knows who Back is.
We don't change things in order to... So if Mark Stevens is thinking that, oh man, the cops just put this in there this way because he's a blood and not a crip, it's not how it works.
I hear you, Greg. But even without them doing that, the conversation with Mark Stevens and Del Dog did actually take place. And Mark Stevens is saying the person who called him looking for Del Dog's phone number was WACK. Mark said he doesn't know anyone named Back. So why would they put some fake person that Mark has never ever talked to in the transcripts?
Putting children first, always and everywhere. Donate at SaveTheChildren.org.
This is nasty work.
Here at Terry Best Ranch, we have about...
No, I get that. See, we are totally in agreement. The conversation is WACK, obviously. The conversation is WACK, obviously. But
the conversation, this wiretap, is WACK, obviously. The paperwork says CS2 back. It was Greg Kagan said. So I didn't make no fake paperwork. The paperwork actually says CS2 back. So WACK lied about that. Then I told him that I bet him I got the content that Greg Kagan threw him under the bus and admitted that that's him on the wiretap. He said, well, there you have it. Obviously, that's WACK. The conversation is WACK.
No, I get that. See, we are totally in agreement. The conversation is WACK, obviously.
The
conversation is WACK, obviously.
Obviously. So the conversation is WACK, obviously. What is we talking about? I just looked that up too, Tiffany. He was a cop. After he helped them on the case, he did a great job. Oh, yeah. His name right on the Extort Shack session. Yeah, a great job like WACK. Movies has always got some truth. That CS2 motherfucker working. Remember, he said he was giving Crips guns. Exactly. Rats don't hang with their families because they working and they family know it. Deuce, shit getting ready to hit the fan. Now, fact. He was the only one arrested in the main street. What the hell? Let me call a cop to prove to y'all that I'm not working with the cops. Get the fuck out of here. OG CS2 back. Why you think Reggie ain't messing with him no more? CS2 a liability. Fool, they changed the whole life name and shit. That bozo said he have 4 domestic violences, and his wife is the only marriage he have, dummy. He was twisted up. He didn't expect me to come with all that. Since WACK been involved with No Jumper, the whole shit changed. It's all about LA gang politics and getting motherfuckers locked up. It's supposed to be a hip-hop channel, right? Well, it was supposed to be, but look, Tiffany, good looking out. You said the FBI uses informants and cooperating witnesses to infiltrate secret networks, gather evidence, and disrupt major criminal or terrorist organizations. Because agents cannot easily blend into criminal enterprises, they rely on inside operatives to get the access required for convictions. Types of FBI informants. The FBI formally categorizes its human sources based on their legal status and motives. Confidential human sources, individuals who provide information under a guarantee of, let me go back to the thing, right? So as far as the Fast and Furious movie, in legal terms, in the interest of justice means a court or prosecutor drops charges because proceedings would be unfair, inefficient, or counterproductive to the public good. In reality, law enforcement agencies frequently strike cooperation deals with outlaws, trading a lighter sentence in exchange for dangerous, specialized field work. Serves the broader public interest. Why charges are dropped. In the real world, prosecutors use legal discretion, often called nolle prosecute or charge dismissal, to achieve a greater good. Dropping charges when the subject starts working for law enforcement typically happens because value of cooperation. The defendant provides unique skills, intelligence, or resources that solve bigger, more dangerous cases. Cost-benefit analysis. A trial is expensive, risky, and time-consuming. Securing a skilled operative is often viewed as a better outcome for public safety. Rehabilitation. Granting leniency gives certain individuals a path to reform while serving society. How the movies portray. In the Fast and Furious franchise, this legal reality is dramatized. Dominic Toretto, the star white guy, played by Vin Diesel, and Roman Pierce, played by musician Tyrese Gibson, constantly evade their extensive criminal records. The government routinely wipes their slates clean and officially hires them because the street racing and tactical skills are needed to stop global, world-ending threats that standard law enforcement cannot handle. The legal reality versus Hollywood. While the Fast and Furious movies use this to justify super spy storylines, real-world law enforcement does rely on informants, cooperating witnesses, and tactical operatives to take down larger criminal enterprises. The fundamental principle guiding both is that the practical benefit to public safety outweighs the strict, literal enforcement of the law. The FBI formally categorizes its human sources based on their legal status. So we talking about in the interest of justice, and they get straight into breaking down confidential human sources. Individuals who provide information under a guarantee of anonymity, meaning in secrecy, they confidential sources. They are not formal employees, right? That's confidential human sources. Cooperating witnesses, informants who agree to testify in open court. They often operate under formal plea agreements to reduce their own sentences. And then you got undercover assets, specialized individuals embedded deep inside targeted groups over long periods to feed real-time intelligence back to handlers. Undercover asset. I think that's what CS2 back is now. You know what I'm saying? How the process works. Using an operative requires strict adherence to internal Department of Justice guidelines to ensure the evidence stands up in court. Targeting and recruitment. Agents identify vulnerable or disgruntled individuals inside a criminal enterprise. Leverage and motive, money, protection, or the promise of drop, reduced criminal charges serve as the primary recruitment incentives. Strict oversight. A handler manages each source. Every meeting is documented and text messages or payments are tightly tracked to prevent corruption. Otherwise, illegal activity. Agents can formally authorize an informant to commit certain low-level crimes like buying illegal drugs or attending mob meetings if it is absolutely necessary to maintain their cover and build the case. Woo, man. Real-world boundaries versus movies. While Hollywood films portray informants as having complete immunity to do whatever they want, real FBI sources face strict limitations. Informants are strictly forbidden from initiating crimes, entrapment, and are never authorized to commit acts of violence. If an informant kills someone or crosses those boundaries, their deal is instantly voided and they face full prosecution. So this is what we do know about these assets. But look, man, we finna get up out of here. It's already been 2 hours. We'll be back for y'all tomorrow, man. Till the next time.